All right, we're going to take a look at how we can add fractions. So if we've got two fractions that we want to add together, for example, 2/3 plus 1/2, the first thing we need to do is to find our least common denominator, which I know you guys are pretty good at doing, but just in case you don't, let's go ahead and come down here and show how we can find our least common denominator. So we're just finding our least common multiple. So multiples of 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Multiples of 3 would be 3, 6, 9, 12, and we can see the first one they have in common is 6. So that's our least common denominator. So with those fractions, we've got 2/3 and 1/2. We're going to go ahead and find equivalent fractions with that new denominator of 6. So in order to get 1/2 into a fraction with a denominator of 6, we're going to multiply by 3. So we get 3/6, and 3 times 2 equals 6, so that'll be 2 times 2 equals 4. So now that we've got 4/6 and 3/6, we can go ahead and add those two together. 4/6 plus 3/6, we add just the numerators, and we get 7/6. So the last step would be to write that as a mixed number. So we do 7 divided by 6. 6 goes into 7 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. So our final answer would be 1 and 1/6. Okay, so let's go ahead and try one more of those. This time, let's do 3 fractions. So let's do 1/5 plus, let's say, 1/4 plus 3/10. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and pause it here and see if you can add this on your own, go ahead and do that. All right, so first we're going to find our least common denominator, which we can probably all see is 20. So now we need equivalent fractions. So 1/5, 5 times 4 equals 20. 1 times 4 equals 4. So we've got 4/20. 1/4, 4 times 5 equals 20. So 1 times 5 equals 5/20. And finally, we've got 3/10. 10 times 2 equals 20, and 3 times 2 equals 6. So now we can go ahead and add these. Let's just erase those. And we can now do 4/20 plus 5/20 plus 6/20. And 4 plus 5 is 9, and 9 plus 6 is 15. So the answer would be 15/20, which we can then simplify, divide those both by 5, and we get 3/4. So that is how you can add fractions.